if you've been following, a lot of us been following along. It's been, like I said, I call it the real world NFL because how nuts it's been over the last uh, few days, and how the Jaguar situation unfolded was nuts. Obviously, we know as a Jags fans, we see that Dougie P gets fired, but Balky's retained. Jag fans go absolutely berserk. They got the pitchforks. They're burning Jacksonville down. Okay, they're ready to wrap this thing up, knock it out, be done with it. All my Jag fans buddies who've been Jag fans forever, they're just distraught. One of my buddies emailed them, "I'm not buying season tickets." He feels like it's his credit. He wants credit for the firing of Balky because he said, "You kept that idiot. I'm not buying my tickets." And then shortly after, they fired him. I don't think it was his email. Maybe a couple of emails, possibly, but not just his particular one. And then you see the coaching carousel happen. Ben Johnson was a hot topic, right? Glenn, all these guys that are being looked at by the Jags, one by one. Pew, pew, pew. No bueno. No bueno. You got everything you need at the Jags. You got your star quarterback, got talent at the running back room, got some pieces around it. You got Brian Thomas Jr., who's an absolute just freak, really kind of flourished into something at the end of the year. There's talent there. There's something to be working with, okay? And nobody wants to come there. Then you get Liam Cohen. He's interviewing, and the big news drops. I'm withdrawing my name from this shit. There's no way I'm working for that. And that was the last call for our boy Sean Khan. He said, "I gotta whip this back. I gotta whip it out. Big dog time." He says, "I'm pulling the plug. You're out, Blocky. Trent, you're out. Get up out of here. I'm done with you." Like it was within like an hour or two. He's like, this is it. I can't do this anymore. The writing's on the wall. I hear you. That's my bad. I made a mistake. All while this is happening, Liam gets offered a record-breaking offensive coordinator to stay with the Bucs. Bucs are going nuts. Buck fans in the Discord talking shit. Jags are a joke. They're a trash organization. I mean, we were all saying the same thing as Jag fans. We were on the same boat. And then the rumor mill car starts kicking. My man's phone, going to voicemail. The Bucs are calling, but Liam ain't answering. Nobody's home. Leaving the boys on red. Nada. Zilch. Check your plane records. He's back in Jax, baby. Duval. My boy Sean Carr said, "I'm going to get who I want. I'm going to get who I want." And Liam Cohen essentially becomes the next head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now there's rumors that he's going to try to get Chip Kelly there, which would be, I mean, you talk about two just massive offensive minds on that side of the ball. That would be insane. Again, just a little rumor mill out there. But I do want to address something. This show is, of course, brought to you by BetUS. And right now, when you use the code YouTube150 at BetUS.com, you get 150% back on your first deposit, then 125 on your next two. And with the football playoffs, college football championships and playoffs happening, and then March Madness right around the corner, there is not a better time right now than to sign up for BetUS.com and use that code to maximize your return. Check it out, BetUS.com. Use the code YouTube150. Now back to the show. Get after it. As people are taking shots in the Discord and on Twitter about Sean Khan being a shitty owner, listen, has he made some mistakes? And here's the thing. I was thinking about this. If you're going to be successful in business, two things. You can be successful, but if you're not successful early on, the other thing you need to have is just be filthy, flipping rich. Because if you're filthy, flipping rich, there is no mistake that you can't undo. And that's where Sean Khan is. And that's why I respect the man. The man has put a ton. My man owns half of Jacksonville. He's done a great job of building up the stadium and redoing it. All these great things. You're outside looking in, it may seem a little messy. The guy ain't got a clue how to run a football team. I'll keep it a buck with you on that. But he's a great businessman for a reason. He's got billions upon billions for a reason. And he loves Jacksonville, loves the Jags, and wants it to be successful. That's half the battle right there. Man's going to figure it out. It's just he's a GM and coach hire away, I think, from turning this bad boy around. And this could be it. You never know. Now they're Liam Cohen is in works with Sean Khan to bring in a GM. That was reported later today. A lot of Jag fans would love for Tony Baselli to come in and be part of that VP organization. I think he would do a great job of just helping facilitate and be a football-minded guy that understands the Jaguars and what the fans of Jacksonville want and need, and really be able to decipher that. Sean Khan is a guy that he can trust, and they're back in business. So, really fun to watch. Then what really, I mean, honestly, what excited me more than anything was the Pete news. I mean, that I love this. Pete Carroll and Aaron Glenn. This is a cool little story. Of when they started coaching and playing and whatnot. But Aaron Glenn goes to the Jets. Pete Carroll comes back on a 3-year contract with a 4-year option to the Raiders. I love this. Love that. I'm hyped for the Raiders to see what they're able to do. I love Pete Carroll, all time favorite coach. I love his swagger. He possesses that hard knocks football style like what Saban has, but has the fun, bubbly, like cool guy personality. That's hard to do. And Pete does it. Pete does it really well. And they're obviously going to go after a quarterback, I would assume, in this draft. If I recall correctly, he was there when Russell comes in, kind of nurtured that, and obviously goes and wins the Super Bowl. Should have had two, just HB halfback. Let's not get into it. But I like this. I like this a lot. I think the Raiders have got some key pieces. You got Max Crosby there. That defense is kind of gritty. It's got a little bit of nastiness to it. You got Brock Bowers, probably with a top tight end in the NFL right now. You can go get a few more pieces, draft properly. Pete knows what he likes to do. He knows how to function. He knows how to operate. It's going to be fun. Next year is going to be an absolute blast. I think the Broncos are going to be good. They're on the up and up. The Jets, I have no clue. I think we'll see. Rodgers got to get out of there. Be interesting to see what Robert Saleh, if he lands on his feet. I'm excited for the Bears. Wife's a big Bears fan. Excited to see what they're doing. Ben Johnson going over there, bringing his offensive line coach from the Lions, and he just brought over their wide receiver coach to be a co-offensive coordinator / wide receiver. The Lions have been completely depleted, which is crazy to think about as well, too, because it just shows you how hard it is, one, to win a championship, one, to repeat, and two, just to maintain that success. I mean, Dan Campbell, I don't know if he just went home and like is just like pouting and doesn't know what's going on, because my man's being sniped. He's being sniped, bro. It's weird to think, right? Let's look at it like this: the Jets, the Jags, the Bears, all sucked ass last year. Lions are two wins away from a Super Bowl again, right? And everybody's like, I'm out. The three teams that I just mentioned look to see more promising going into next year than the team that was just there. That's how quick this thing just turned on its head. Like that in a matter of 72 hours.